Yeah! What's up, motherfuckers? Back up in this bitch on this beautiful Saturday morning. Woke up kind of late and I missed class, but that's okay because had a shit ton of homework that I needed to catch up on. So I got caught up on all that shit, and I'm just gonna squeeze this in before I have to go to lab. So UFC 235, man, it's finally here. It's tonight. Great ass card, man. Whoever made this card needs to make every single card from now on, because honestly, UFC 234 had like 2 good fights and then the rest were fucking garbage. Francis Ngannou, Cain Velasquez, and then there was, who else fought on that card? Somebody else. Two other people right before that was good, but the rest of the card was kind of trash, man. But yo, let's get into it, man, because this card starts good from the fucking prelims, man. Johnny Walker's fighting, yeah, but what I'm really interested is the last fight in the prelims, Zabit versus Stevens. That's gonna be a fucking great fight, man. Zabit's coming in at 16-1. He's coming off a nice win, a nice submission. Fucking Jeremy Stevens, man, coming in at 28-15. That's a pretty shitty record, man. You've lost more than half of the times you've won. So I feel like he really needs to win this fight. Will he? I don't know, man. Zabit's coming up there, man. Zabit's been putting in fucking work. So that fight's gonna be interesting. If I had to call it, I'm just gonna say fucking Zabit. Jeremy Stevens coming off a nasty loss, man, to Jose Aldo. Those body shots, man. I don't know if these kind of things like just fucking hurt the fighter like for their next fight. Like maybe it puts like some sort of fear into them. I don't know, man. But honestly, Stevens needs to fucking win. He's lost so many fucking times. And he's a good fighter. But unfortunately, he's fighting Zabit, and I got Zabit winning this one, man. Then on the main card, we're starting off with Cody Garbrandt coming fucking back. He's gonna fight Pedro Munoz. Cody Garbrandt's coming off 2 losses, back-to-back losses to TJ Dillashaw. So I feel like he's in this position where he needs to win, man. He was a champion. He was a champion before. I know he has a champion mentality. And I know he really wants to get back into that spot, man. And that's probably why he's fighting somebody easy like Pedro Munoz. Not saying he's easy. I mean, he's top 10. He's good. But honestly, he's not no fucking TJ Dillashaw. So this should put Cody Garbrandt back in the talks. He might fight a couple times or maybe once more before he gets another title shot again. If he wins this fight, I do see him winning this fight. It's not gonna be that hard of a fight for him, the way I see it. Honestly, I haven't watched too many of Pedro Munoz's fights. I should. He's top 10. He's good. I really just don't care about him like that. I mean, to be honest. Then after that, we got fucking Torres versus Zhang. Nobody gives a fuck about that fight. To be honest, when it comes to female fighters, I'm very I don't. Not to sound like a fucking dick, but I'm really only trying to watch when like Thug Rose is fighting, when Cyborg is fighting, Amanda Nunes, fucking what's her fucking name? She fucking killed Ronda Rousey. One of those bitches fucking trains with John Jones. I forgot her fucking name, but yeah. Then the rest of the time, I feel like they just try to like push these fighters to get known. They just throw them into good cards, which I understand, but honestly, I don't give a fuck about that fight. Let's get to the real fucking fights. Next we got Robbie Lawler fighting Ben Askren. This is gonna be a good ass fight, man. You got Lawler coming in at 28-12. Not the best fucking record, man. Coming off of a fresh loss to Dos Anjos. It was a good fight. I mean, at the beginning, it was pretty even. Dos Anjos started landing some combos later on in the fight. Rocked him, knocked him down. Then just got him with the ground and pound. Pretty good. Then the fight went back to the feet, and Dos Anjos just edged them out, man. Robbie Lawler's a good fucking fighter. He's fought good people, but he's coming off that loss, man. I feel like he needs to win if he wants to be back up there and wants to be in the talks of, you know, really good fighters. He kind of has to win this fight. Lawler's good. Like I said, Lawler's good. But is he good enough for a Ben Askren? Fucking 18-0. He's 18-0 for a fucking reason, bro. Like, once he fucking grabs you, you're kind of fucked. And we've seen that in his previous fights. And it's gonna be interesting to see him in his first fight in the UFC, man. It's gonna be a big moment for him, big moment for the UFC. They traded him for Demetrius Johnson, as most of you people know, which is gonna be fucking interesting, man. He was gonna stay retired until he got traded for Demetrius Johnson, so now he's back up in the shits, man. And yeah, man, the 18-0. To be honest, Ben Askren 18-0. Yeah, he's 18-0, but the majority of like the fight fans and like the fight fanboys and stuff like that, they don't really know who Ben Askren has fought. Not really. I mean, he's fought really, you know, good fighters, but we just don't know how good they are compared to some of the guys at the top of the UFC. I feel like it's a very different competition. I feel like Ben Askren's toughest competition is yet to come. So let's say he does beat Robbie Lawler. He wants to fight either Darren Till or where the fuck he's fighting. I forgot who he's fighting. So yeah, I definitely feel like his toughest fights are to come. So yeah, that's gonna be fucking interesting, man. And I don't understand why he would have even retired in the first place at 18-0. Because to be honest, like look at when Khabib was 18-0. Fucking imagine if he would have just retired there, man. Like, you got so much more left in you. You have so much more of an opportunity to make a bigger name for yourself and just fight better competition. And the way I look at it, and when it comes to MMA, you can have 2 or 3 losses and still be looked at as the great. It's not like boxing where you're normally looked at as like the best in the world if you've really like never lost a fight. I feel like in MMA you can lose a fight. There's a lot more variables. There's a lot more things happening. You're more prone to being caught slipping. Where boxing, you're only using your hands, and you know it's kind of limited. Fucking MMA, there's a bigger margin for error. Anything could fucking happen. So when people try to protect their records like that, just going 18-0 and then just trying to retire, I'm like, come on, man. You definitely, at Ben Askren's age, you definitely got a lot more to go. And 18-0 is cool, man. But there's people with way better records, with way more fights, and I feel like Ben Askren still has to put in some work. He has to fight a good amount more. He has to fight a few more fights before we can say, you know, okay, like he's one of the best fucking welterweights in the world, or he's one of the best in the world. He's never gonna fight Tryon, so we won't know if he's the actual best in the world. But that's gonna be interesting, man. If I had to call it, I'm gonna go with Ben Askren on that one. I don't think Robbie Lawler is the toughest fight he's ever had or gonna have. I feel like Ben Askren has had tougher competition before, so this should be like a nice fight for him to get, you know, established into the UFC. So that's gonna be interesting. I got Ben Askren winning that one. So then, after we see Ben Askren put the pause on Robbie Lawler and get that W, we got fucking Tyron Woodley versus Marty from Nebraska, the motherfucking Nigerian nightmare. This fight's gonna be a good fight. We got Woodley coming in at 19-3, pretty fucking solid record. Again, what I was saying, you can have 2 to 3 losses, maybe up to 5 losses if you got a lot of wins, and you could still be looked at as one of the greats. Anderson Silva's lost plenty of times, and we still look at him as one of the greats. He had one of the greatest runs. Let's say Tyron Woodley loses now. His run was fucking crazy. he had a great run. He's fought a lot of tough competition. He's fought a lot of legends, beat a lot of legends. So you'll have to say that he's one of the best, regardless. It's not like in boxing where you have like a loss and then you're kind of tainted. You're not looked at as you know, one of the best in the world. There's a lot more variables in MMA. You can have a few losses and still be looked at as one of the greatest in the world. So yeah, Woodley's coming in at 19-3, pretty solid. You got fucking Usman coming in at 14-1, which is still pretty fucking solid too. The way I look at this fight, man, anything could really happen in this fight, man. I feel like Tryon could go in his fucking Damian Maia bag and just fight from a distance, strike when necessary, avoid all types of punishment, just be super defensive, be up on the counters and stuff like that. Usman could also be applying the pressure heavy. I can definitely see him applying the pressure heavy. He's gonna be chasing. He's gonna be chasing that knockdown. He's gonna be chasing that ass whooping. He's been pretty confident in all his interviews. They both have been pretty confident. Usman is super confident, man, and I feel like Woodley's confident, but he's more like laid back. He's more like, yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass. But Usman, man, Usman's got that like, I need to win this fight. This fight would change my life, will put me on a different level, will solidify me as one of the greats. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think Usman is on Woodley's level. Even if he did win, I still don't feel like he's on Usman's level. Usman is still coming up. He's no Darren Till, he's no Stephen Thompson, and honestly, he hasn't really fought anybody significant, besides maybe a Damian Maia and a Dos Anjos, which those were good fights, but apart from that, he hasn't really fought any real tough competition, man. And I think Woodley got it, man. I think Woodley got it. I think Woodley's gonna play a little bit defensive. He's gonna counter. I don't think they're gonna bring it to the ground. Woodley's just gonna play it smart and just attack when he can, try to look for that knockout, and just win as easy as he can. That's the kind of fighter he is, and I don't blame him for it. He does a good job at it. Then, after we see Woodley put the pause on Usman and get that W, we got the motherfucking main event of the night: Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. This is gonna be a fucking brawl. And Anthony Smith coming in at 31-13. Pretty shitty record if you ask me, but it's a lot of fights. He has a lot of experience inside that octagon. His fight IQ is going to be really good coming into this fight. Like, it's still a whatever record though. I feel like they're just hyping Anthony Smith up. He's really only fought like two good people, old ass Rashad Evans and then fucking Volkan Ozdemir. Apart from that, he's just fought a bunch of light heavyweights that, whatever, man. Okay, there's a lot of fights, but not a lot of elite light heavyweight people. But he deserves this shot now. Fucking Jon Jones though, come on, bro. Defeating legend after fucking legend. Coming into this shit at fucking 23-1, where to me he should really be at 24-0. Who cares about illegal elbows, bro? He was beating that nigga's ass anyway, so fuck it. Just, to me, he's 24-0. To me, he really hasn't ever lost a fight. Bro, look at the people he's fucking beat, bro. Like, go down his roster, all the fucking legends. He's beat everyone in his way. To me, like I said, he's 24-0, hasn't really been defeated. Nobody has beat Jon Jones up, okay? Which is big coming into this fight. I guess somebody that's had a shit ton of fights and has really good fight IQ, and is going to be really confident in going for that win. But man, Jon Jones got this. He's got enough. To me, he's got enough picograms inside him to never lose a fucking fight again. Picograms or no picograms, Jon Jones is the best, bro. Jon Jones is probably the best fighter to ever live, and we're gonna see that. We're gonna see Jon Jones solidify himself as one of the greatest on the fucking planet. Which to me, that's fucking crazy. I'm hyped. Even if Jon Jones loses, like I said, the people he's ran down on, he's still gonna be one of the best fighters to ever do it, man. Anyway, man, I don't even really want to get into this main fight because it's just getting me annoyed. I want to see it already. I'm getting too hyped. I'm getting angry that it's daytime and it's not nighttime. I'm gonna be going out to Duffy's to watch the fight. I'm glad that they're playing all the fights for free now, so I'm just gonna go get drunk as shit and enjoy these legendary ass fights, man. So I'll hit you guys up tomorrow. I'll be back with a recap and my thoughts, see if my predictions were correct or not. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be out this bitch. I got a lap to go to, but yeah, I'll hit you guys up tomorrow with some fucking post-fight analysis, and we'll talk about these legendary fights, man. I'm fucking out this bitch. Peace.